I'm Mr. Harris, and this is angle-angle similarity postulate. The why here is identification and finding patterns. We need to be able to identify things in our life. That's simple. Finding patterns, essential in mathematics and essential in your life. Socially, economically, athletically, your diet, sleep schedule, video games, music, patterns, dance, art, you name it. Okay? So we're using an abstract means to practice finding patterns and identifying situations, which will help you to be a healthier citizen of the world. AA is angle. Okay, and we did a little bit of similarity before, but similarity is this kind of situation, and it's where you've got a shrunk or enlarged version of the other thing. So this, you could say this times 3 is that, right? Or this divided by 3 is that. So they're not exactly the same, but they are in relation to each other. Constant relation. So let's look at this. Must the triangles be similar? Well, we have an angle here, and we have a situation here, which is vertical angles. And if you recall, we looked at vertical angles. Vertical angles are congruent. Do we have two angles corresponding and congruent in this triangle to this triangle? Yes. So these are similar. Yes, by AA. And then we need to write a similarity statement. And this relates back to why we label. Makes it pretty simple. So I like to set things up like this. I put my little triangle sign, give a little room, because I'm going to write the letters, similarity, triangle, and then I got room over here. So the notation is all out of the way. Now I just got to see what matches up with what. A matches up with E. C matches up with C. B matches up with D. That's it. You could write it in a different order as long as you get the matching pieces to match. Numero 5. There are angles here, here and here. Those are the same. That's all the information we have. Those aren't vertical. They kind of look like they'd be the same, but nothing is saying they're exactly the same. So I'm going to go ahead and say that is it's a big no. Let's push down here. We have two angles here and we have two angles here. However, they don't match up totally. 32 matches up. I got 113. I got 35. I'm looking at this. I'm like, well, what's this angle here and what's this angle here? You know, that's worth exploring. especially, you know, you've got a 3 and a 2, that's going to leave me with a 5. That's a 5. It looks like there might be a relationship there. 180 minus 32 minus 35. I did the top one, I got 113 there. Much as I suspected, if I subtract these two from 180, I get 35. Do I have two angles that match up? Go ahead and set up our situation. Write it any way you want. I'll start with N, matches up with H, P, matches up with F, M, matches up with G. Fit. What do we have here? If this is 70, and that's the same, then this has to be 70. If I add those two up and subtract from 180, that has to be 40. That bodes well, because over here, these have to be the same. The only numbers that work here to make them the same is nothing else works to get us 180. So, we have this by angle. And then just you know, little notation setup. Fill it in. P is the same as G. E is the same as R. M is the same as K. Okay. Could have written it another way because those aren't distinguished. So as long as you had P matching up with G, the other ones could switch there. All right, down here, ABC is the same as EDC. AB and ED, all they did in the easy one. We've got EC. EC is the same as AC. BC is the same as BC. Okay. On this problem down here, these are parallel, so if you hearken or remember back to we had a transversal like that, this is the same. As long as these are parallel, this is the same as that. So what we end up having here is this is the same as that. This is vertical like we did in number 4. So those are the same, and then if we have 2, then we have the third. And I label it for the sake of writing it. Just makes it easier if you have a picture and you're looking and everything's labeled. Because, you know, sometimes when we do things in our head, we lose track. Which is fair. So if that's the case, we just make an adjustment. R is the same as T. S is the same as W. RVS is TVW. Triangle RVS is triangle TVW. All done. Hope that helps. I am sure we will practice this some more. Thank you for your attention, and please enjoy the rest of your day.